Have you ever wondered if there are hidden rules that govern our reality? What if I told you there's an ancient text, a key to understanding the very fabric of the universe that has been passed down through centuries? Today, we read diving deep into one of the most mysterious and influential works of esoteric philosophy, the Kybalion. The Kybalion, first published in 1908 by three anonymous authors who called themselves the Three Initiates, claims to be the essence of the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, a legendary figure from ancient Egypt considered the father of alchemy, astrology, and psychology. These teachings are summarized into 7 powerful principles or axioms that are said to explain everything from the smallest particle to the vastness of the cosmos. So, get ready to have your mind expanded as we explore the 7 Hermetic principles that govern reality. Let's begin with the first principle, the principle of mentalism. It states, the all is mind. The universe is mental. This is the foundational idea of the entire philosophy. It suggests that our universe is not just a random collection of matter and energy, but a mental creation of a universal consciousness, often referred to as the all. Think of it like a grand, infinite dream. Everything we see, touch, and experience, the stars, the planets, you and me are all thoughts within this universal mind. This doesn't mean reality isn't real. It means its fundamental nature is mental. Our own minds are individual centers within this universal mind, which gives us the incredible power to influence our personal reality through our thoughts. As within, so without. The state of your mind directly reflects the state of your world. This leads us perfectly into the second principle, the principle of correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. This is probably the most famous Hermetic axiom. It tells us that there's a harmony and a connection between the different planes of existence, the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. The patterns we see in the cosmos, like galaxies spiraling, are mirrored in the smallest things on Earth, like the spiral of a seashell or the structure of our DNA. By understanding one level of reality, we can gain insight into others. So, by studying the world around us, we can learn about the workings of our inner selves. And by understanding our own minds, we can better comprehend the mysteries of the universe. It's a cosmic mirror showing us that everything is interconnected. Next up, the third principle, the principle of vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Modern science confirms this to be true. From the atoms that make up our bodies to the light from distant stars, everything is in a constant state of motion and vibration. The Kybalion takes this further, stating that the differences between things are simply due to their different vibrational frequencies. Matter, energy, mind, and even spirit are just different points on a vast vibrational scale. A rock has a very low, dense vibration, while a thought has a much higher, finer vibration. Understanding this principle means you can learn to control your own mental vibrations. By raising your frequency through positive thoughts and emotions, you can attract similar high-frequency experiences into your life. It's the original law of attraction. Now for the fourth principle, the principle of polarity. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Think about it. Hot and cold, light and dark, good and evil, love and hate. At first, they seem like completely separate things. But the Kybalion teaches that they are actually two sides of the same coin, differing only in degree. Where does hot end and cold begin? It's all just temperature. Similarly, love and hate are both extremes of the same spectrum of emotion. This principle is incredibly empowering because it means we can transmute one state into its opposite by changing its polarity. You can turn fear into courage or sadness into joy by consciously shifting your mental vibration along that spectrum. You have the power to change your emotional state. This brings us to the fifth principle, the principle of rhythm. Everything flows out and in, everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. Just like a pendulum, life swings back and forth. There are cycles everywhere. The changing of the seasons, the rise and fall of empires, and the ups and downs in our own lives. We experience periods of success followed by challenges, moments of happiness followed by sadness. The key is not to get swept away by the swing. When things are going great, don't get too attached because the pendulum will swing back. And when you're in a downturn, don't despair because the upward swing is inevitable. By understanding this rhythm, we can learn to ride the waves of life with greater balance and emotional stability, using the law to our advantage rather than being its victim. Let's move on to the sixth principle, the principle of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. This is a universal law that nothing happens by chance. Chance is just a name we give to a cause we don't yet understand. Every thought you think, every word you speak, and every action you take is a cause that will inevitably produce an effect. Most people are carried along by life, being the effects of other people's wills and desires. But the masters, the initiates, rise above this. They become the causes. They take control of their thoughts and actions to consciously create the effects they desire in their lives. By understanding this principle, you move from being a pawn on the chessboard of life to becoming the player who directs the pieces. Finally, we arrive at the seventh and last principle, the principle of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Now, this isn't about physical gender. It refers to the universal principles of creation. The masculine principle is about projecting, giving out, directing, and initiating. The feminine principle is about receiving, nurturing, and generating. Both are required for any form of creation to occur, whether it's creating a baby, a business, or a work of art. An idea, the masculine aspect needs to be projected into the fertile ground of the mind, the feminine aspect to be nurtured and brought into reality. We all have both of these energies within us, and finding a balance between them is crucial for creative power and personal harmony. So, there you have it, the 7 Hermetic principles from the Kybalion. Mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. These aren't just abstract philosophical ideas. They are practical tools for self-mastery and for shaping your reality. They teach us that the universe is mental, interconnected, and constantly in motion. They show us how to transform our emotional states, navigate life cycles, and become the conscious creators of our own experience. The journey into these principles is a lifelong one. It is about moving from being a passive observer to an active participant in the grand cosmic play. The more you study and apply them, the more you'll see them at work all around you and within you. The Kybalion offers a key, but it is up to each of us to turn it and unlock the door to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the wisdom of the Kybalion. I hope it's given you a new lens through which to view your world. If you found this fascinating, please hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into the mysteries of life. Let me know in the comments which principle resonated with you the most. Until next time, stay curious.